are wanting to know what's going on. So
y'all haven't been getting much sleep lately, have you?
we got in bed, I think, around midnight, and the alarm was set for 3:30. And I mean, for everybody on Facebook Live, this will sound good. We haven't showered. We haven't had breakfast. We haven't had coffee. But we stayed at our daughter and son-in-law's place at, as a crow flies, probably about 10 miles back here on the river bottom. And so we're just now getting out. The deputy told us that Sealing and Fay Junction, which is that junction down here 9 miles west of Watonga, is shut off. Yeah. Is the road shut off outside of Canton, or where did you go all the way down?
We've been staying in this area.
Yeah.
Fighting it, so.
Okay.
We've only been about 2-3 miles that way as far as we've been.
We spent quite a bit of our time evacuating
Oakwood.
Evacuating Oakwood?
Yeah, going around
2-3 o'clock. No, it was a little before that.
Yeah, we went around knocking on doors, getting everybody out.
About midnight then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's when the wind had shifted, wasn't it?
Right after that wind shifted,
yeah.
It didn't. So far, hadn't quite made it there.
So Oakwood, did the fire make it to Oakwood?
No.
All right, well, I'll head down there. That's where I was going anyway. We'll go down there and see it. Hey, thanks for talking to us.
See ya.
See ya. So that's Grady County. That's, you get my lights back on. Grady County firefighters. They pulled up and they said, "There's somebody coming."
Yeah. You get over.
I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna get out of these guys' way so they can. So 2 firefighters, and they said, they bail out and they hold their phone up and they said, "We've been watching you." So again, we're trying to, you know, if I ran across something and those guys needed to know it, and if they're watching, you know, they call their commander and their incident commander, say, "Hey, someone, you know, we see something. Something's being reported." Now look right there, that's looking southeast down 270. Fires on both sides of the road. They said they were evacuating Oakwood around midnight last night. And I watched their expressions and they were just saying like, wow. Robin or Jed, you there? Both busy getting there. See, now we're at 3 minutes. I've got 3 minutes till 5. So now Jed will come on, but now Jed's already been there. Jed was talking to me at 3:30, but there's so much stuff to get caught up on that it's going to. And you know what? Jed probably came in around 1, 2 in the morning because there's probably somebody there 24/7 now. You're seeing little dots down both sides. That's embers from the trees that have burned. So we're following, I think it was 10 Grady County, and Grady is Chickasha, south of the city. That's in that area. And again, the only ones on this road right now are emergency personnel and myself. Is that another team? And what they do, they'll come out as a strike team, and all those pickups, they're going to stay together in one group. Now look right here on the left. We're coming up to another line of firefighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks. I just can't read. I can't read their names, but there were 6. So that's another county strike team, and they will all stay together because their radios They know that they can communicate with each other. That's what we kind of learned 3 years ago when we first started the huge fires. The departments do not all have the same frequencies in the radios. So they want to keep all the same units together, and then they have a leader, a commander of that unit, that strike team, and they keep that group together, and if there's any problems, then they can take care of their problems. It does not work to have somebody on a radio trying to command everybody. That's not the way a command works. You get overwhelmed. What they teach you in training is 3 to 7 pieces of equipment, 3 to 7 people, 3 to 7. The optimum being 5 is what you take care of. Man, that's a long line, isn't it? Huh?
Need another Kleenex.
Did they stop? Pretty big burn right there on our right. I think the strike team stopped. Yeah. Look back in there. That's where we were. Let's get this. Yeah, I think this is our road. This is where we started with our first shot of the morning. That line, okay, that's turned into a line of fire. The Grady County strike team's just to our south a little ways. They're pulling over. They're probably regrouping, trying to figure out where they want to go next. And in this case, folks, usually nobody's saying, well, I want you to go to this area. Sometimes they just come out, they see a large fire. Firefighters are like moths. We see a flame, they're wanting to find a fire to go fight. All right, I'm gonna turn. So we are 5 miles south of oh, there comes that other strike team off on 270s right behind us. Another strike team is coming out. Let me take you out of the carriage, kind of give you a look right there. So we're about 4 miles south of the Canton Y. Let me show you this shot. It's hard to see, but look right in the middle of your screen. That's Grady County strike team. That is looking back at Highway 270. That's behind me and back to the left. Now we're looking back at that fire straight ahead of us. So let's say 4 to 5 miles south of the Canton Y on the west side of the highway, and that's back in there maybe about a mile. A long line of fire, and there's a hill right there, and just on the other side of that hill is where the fire is. And I would say that line is 1/2 to 3/4 of a mile long. Not all of it is in your screen. Look right over here, Deb. There's a bunch
of trucks coming in here on 70, and I'm facing the wrong way. I'm going to go out.
Oh, there's a section. Got a section road, looks like just to my south.
I holler at them. They were on. Maybe they get enough trucks they can get a handle on it.
Jason saying Highway 70 is your next crossroad to the south. Okay. That may be where we're seeing. Let me show you what I'm seeing. I'm going to shine it over there. You see the blue flashing light? There's a line of trucks that just went through there. Right there. So there's the glow. So there's the guys and gals going in the blue flashing light.
Where you guys at now?
Listening to the scanner. Man, that's starting to crown. Look at that. There's some flames right there, right on top of the hill. Also, I forgot this, but Automedic, a repair shop, car repair shop in Woodward, they're the ones that keep me on the road with my repairs. Most of them. There's other mechanics that work on it, but Chad at Automedic, he put out yesterday, any fire department that has a breakdown and needs to get it fixed, he will fix them. And he's in Woodward. Automedic, A-U-T-O-M-E-D-I-C, Automedic. So Chad said, we're friends, and he said, you know, just let all the firefighters know, because y'all get out here 100, 200 miles from home, and maybe you got a ball joint went out or something. Chad said, call him, get it to him, and he'll take care of it. That's getting wider. It's not staying in the let's bring that out. Look how much that's grown since we sat here. See look off on the left right here. Here's firefighters on the hill. Over that hill, just behind that hill, is that's at least 3/8 of a mile long, and it may be a half mile. It runs. There's a north-south line there. I'm looking back. The Grady County right back there, they're still on 270. So the group that went in there, I don't know who they are. We passed 5 trucks faced to the north. That's about 10 trucks from Grady County. There it is, not being on the monitor, and here it is on our monitor. And I was headed south because I want to go see about Oakwood. We'll do another TV hit right here, and then I will get back on 270, which is just a couple hundred yards behind me, and we will continue southbound. Again, the only vehicles out here right now, I've seen a rancher in his pickup out driving the roads, ourselves, and fire trucks, and a deputy. He gave me information also. He was talking about the power lines, numerous power lines down, laying across the road. Power poles have the bottom burned off. They're just hanging there. He said coming out of Canton, and these are not going to be for sure roadblocks, but it sounds like in Sealing, and I'm pretty sure that one's staying there. Coming out of Sealing, 270 going to Watonga is shut down. At the Fay intersection, which is 9 miles west of Watonga, and you can come back northwest towards Sealing or drop south to Fay and then Thomas. I understand that intersection is blocked. And what was the other one? The Canton, Sealing, Fay. There was the 3 of them. So it's a little triangle area that they're just trying to keep it shut down. So if you're, traveling and watching, maybe at a truck stop, if they've got us up, 270 from, here we go, we're going on. gonna go in with Jed. Jed, so take us. There's a flashing light. They're right on top of that hill. I am ready to go. Yeah, and this is good stuff. Okay. Okay, yeah, I got new info. So let me get back in the kit. I gotta, so I don't forget it, because I'm running on fumes right now. I gotta write down what that, he was saying Oakwood, about midnight last night, they were evacuating it. What was the other thing he told me? Was there something else?
Power lines down.
Oakwood. And that was Grady County. Oh, they were watching us. Okay, and that was Grady County. So folks, here's what I'm doing. Let me show you what, I don't know if it'll focus in. Yep, Jolene, you're right. I'm not going to show you all my notes, but here's, you know, got a notepad, deputies, firefighter notes. Excuse me, still choked up. There's the camera. Here's our camera, and the shot that we're getting shows up on this monitor. See, there's a monitor right here. There's also one on Debbie's side. So the camera gets the shot. We can zoom in and out. And like I said, we've only been doing Facebook Live for about 2 months. And so I've been trying to learn little tricks. So I'm just resting the phone right here on my steering wheel, like that. And that's how I try to keep it steady and show it on the monitor. So you're looking at the monitor. So this is how it works. There's a headlight of somebody. There's flashing lights. I saw another one in there somewhere. All right, there's a windmill right there. That windmill's probably about 1/4 to 3/8 of a mile away. Lori, we need to see her new hairdo. No. I would be in trouble, and there would be screaming, and it would be me, and I'm not prepared to do that. That headlight I just can't see. I have to be nice to her, which I always am. Tell you what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to find her a cup of coffee somewhere. We're fixing to go on with Jed. Chad, 270 is not the way to go. I was coming out of Sealing. The way the deputy told me, that the last he heard, that it was still shut down. I've seen 0 traffic on 270 except for one farmer, and I've been the only other one that is not emergency personnel, fire trucks, and a deputy. So this morning I've probably seen 10, 15, around 20 pieces of fire apparatus right now. And let me tell you, you watch right there, it's starting to come over that hill a little bit. The right side of your screen is north, the left side is south. Look how that smoke is traveling. Fairview to Oklahoma City. Yeah, that would be a good way. Go over to Fairview and then drop south. Even down to Tologa, 183 from Sealing south to Tologa. I wouldn't even try that. It may be open, I'm sure it is, but there were some fires down through there the last few days. I don't know what, I haven't been there, and I just don't know if how that is. I know it's burned on both sides of the road. There's blowing ash and dirt. There's embers down in there. And it may be open, but I'm not sure. So the best way would be 412 east out of Woodward to Moreland. You get to Bausch Junction. Bausch Junction, you do not go south because that takes you to Sealing. Keep going on over to Orienta, where the quick stop and elevator, here we go, we're fixing to go on. And drop south to Fairview and go around. Here we go. Oh, sorry, my early morning fatigue, I can't find the right button, Jed. I was a little muted there for a while. Yeah. Okay, well, talked to a deputy a few minutes ago, and he said he's pretty sure that these roadblocks are still up. That would be at Sealing. And then the other end of 270 where the roadblock could possibly still be would be at the Fay Junction, which is 9 miles west of Watonga. And then he thought there was still one just outside of Canton on Highway 51. So a little triangle there of this area that's being shut down. Stopped at the Canton Y. There were 10 trucks lined up. The lead truck comes out and wheels around and talks to him, and he gets out and he's holding his phone. He goes, "I'm watching you. We're watching you right now." And so I know that fire departments in the state have been watching us and the other trackers. They're getting their information on where fires are at. So I know we're doing a service. We are the only other vehicles besides fire trucks and one farmer on Highway 270. So we're in here right in the middle of it. As far as a continuous line of fire, you're looking at it right now, the biggest one we can find. That's about a half-mile long. Also, those firefighters said that at midnight last night, they were evacuating Oakwood last night. That's my next targets, go to Oakwood. Back to you, Jed. Well, the immediate change yesterday was the head of the fire became the back of the fire, because we were going with southwest winds and then we went to northwest. We were getting information at Garden City, 75-mile-an-hour winds, and I've got enough of a network that people were texting me, and the fire chief at Laverne was calling me saying, northwest at 60, it's headed your way. So okay, we did our hit with Jed. So we're going to turn around and get back on 270. We're going to try to get to Oakwood. Not try, we will get to Oakwood. right, we are on 270. The Grady County strike team is right there ahead of us. You can imagine these guys have been up all night. They may be, I never did, they've got to have enough drinking water, but if I see anybody out, we'll see, because I've got an ice chest full of it. So they're lined up both sides of the road, but they're turned around, aimed back towards Woodward here. See something right there on the left. Somebody's code. Okay. Hey, do y'all need any drinking water? Good? Harmon, Fargo, Carmen, Gultree. This is a different strike team. I thought this was Grady County. These are some folks up in Northwest, North Central. Gultree, can't read that one. Naples Fire, don't know where that's at. Naples, like Italy, Naples, I guess. Let's see what this one is. All right, this is Grady County, Grady County. So those guys must have fell in with the Grady County team. And then I've got a tanker here. That is, well, I can't read it, but it's, man, that's a big unit. All right, so those guys are regrouping right now. So we're on 270 headed southeast. Our next target is Oakwood. Something I'm noticing right now, both sides of the road are not burned here. Not burned. Are you seeing any glows in here? I'm not. Well, we're not. No, it's about.
Bomb coming south.
So no burning in here, but they said they evacuated Oakwood last night, so we're going to run across some more burn. I see the red blinking lights on the tower. That's where our marker is for Oakwood. That's quite a ways down there, probably 4 to 5 miles away. So that's where we're headed. Blanchard, okay, thank you. Naples is out of Blanchard. So that'd be the Grady County. But I saw Fargo and Hammond. I think maybe when I stopped and asked if they want water, it was an emergency management truck. I think that was Ellis County Emergency Management, but I'm not real sure. I saw him here last night. And if that's still him, he's running on about 12 hours time right now. See flashing lights over there. So we're headed to Oakwood on Highway 270. 270 sure does look like it's shut down. I've not seen any other traffic. Us and fire trucks, and that's all I've seen. There's a glow right there on the right. We've still got a lot of smokers. It's not burned along the highway in this area. What is that, Debbie? Is that a plant? Gas plant or something? Thought it was a fire, but I think it's a bunch of lights of some kind. Is this the road back to this a cut through? That may be in the cut through road. Right here. This is the cut through road from Oakwood to Tologa. That's where we're going by it right now. It brings you out about 3 miles south of Tologa. So we see lights over there. Headlights are... I think that's another strike team, maybe, down there on that road, which is back to the west. We're still headed to Oakwood. This is where Grady County strike team was at last night, and I was watching his expression, and I could tell it must have been pretty tense evacuating last night, knocking on doors, getting people up, and starting to get them moved out quickly because the wind shift happened around, let's see, when was that? 6? 5? Huh?
The wind shift last night?
Yeah, was it around 4 or 5 last night? I forgot now.
No, it was around 10 o'clock.
No, we were still daylight when it happened. No, we weren't, were we? That's right. So it was 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah. Around 10. Yeah, that was 10, 10:30. Losing track of days and time.
Flashing lights ahead.
Right now, Carson, the fires are everywhere. We are coming up on Oakwood. So I think we are at Oakwood. I think Jed's talking to Val. I think I just can't hear Val. So here's Oakwood. Got fire trucks on the right and tankers. Yeah, tankers. Oh yeah, and all 3 of us saw it yesterday, and we're not exaggerating, where at one time I would estimate a 40 to 50 mile an hour fire spread when we were not initially, it was yesterday, so it's been well into it. The fire spread at some times was running 30, 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. And then David had a number of little over 500 feet per, I can't remember, per second or per minute. It was quick. It was fast. It was faster than you could run. It was flying. And now this morning, 40 mile an hour. I mean, I'm not seeing a fast fire spread this morning, but I did yesterday, and I know Val did. Well, that's it. Just be ready. Those 2 firefighters that said we were in Oakwood last night at midnight, he said we're knocking on doors and we're waking people up because we had the wind shift. It was an immediate thing. It was an hour after the wind shift, and the fires were racing towards Oakwood. Now, in my shots, you're looking at the gas station at Oakwood. Everything's good, and I've got tankers sitting here with water in them. Okay. All right, after this shot to go for fires? Is that what you're saying, Jed? All right. So we're sitting at Oakwood. Jed's on air. I'm waiting to see if he's wanting me or just wanting a shot. We're showing the town of Oakwood on the highway. No damage. Okay, Jed just got done with his hit. That's why it's quiet. Garen, fire north of Thomas getting bigger. Okay, so I think that Jed is talking to Val and Amy, and I think either that, I couldn't hear who it was, either he or Alan, and he was asking them to head down to the Thomas area because they were getting a lot of questions about Thomas Fay area. And in fact, we were headed south. We're going to stay here for the next shot with Jed at probably 5:40, 5:45. And we're showing the town of Oakwood. That's what you're looking at. And you can see the tankers right here. That's on the west side. That's on the west side of the highway. And of course, right over here is the gas station on the right of your screen. The gas station and another building right there. I think that used to be a cafe. Bowden. I'm trying to read. I think it says Bowden Oil. Yeah, B-O-D-E-N Oil Company. Everybody sees it every time you drive through here going to the city. And the town of Oakwood is back to our left, which is west. And that may be something I need to drive through. When we get done with this hit, I'll go over to Oakwood and just see what it looks like in there. So you're looking northwest up Highway 270 from Oakwood towards Sealing in this shot. Well, right now, Oakwood, this part of Oakwood on 270 looks good, but those firefighters were evacuating homes yesterday, and those homes are back to my west. Oakwood's just right here, real close. I mean, a couple hundred yards you get to the town. So Oakwood's probably about 10 blocks wide or so, I'm guessing. So we'll go back over here when we get done with this shot and just look around and see if the fire got into town. And this is Wednesdays, and Friday is when, Friday afternoon, evening is when we're expecting the rain to start. So I hope that it does. And folks, that's the only thing that's going to put out all the fires is a rain or snow. Talking about Butler firefighters that escaped serious injury. I'm not looking at the shot, but it sounded like maybe their truck got damaged. I do. Okay, minute. Okay. Okay. I just know that yesterday we were watching fire spread that was probably faster than that. It was a firestorm. It was developing its own atmosphere. I've seen that over the last 7 days.